how is thou feeling about thy's performance this week?
That almost made sense.
It did.
I feel all right, actually.
Thee, thou, thy all means the same thing in my
Thee,
head.
thou, thy, then, than,
I
dom.
actually don't know what they really mean. I don't know which one means me and which one means you.
Thou is
but
you.
I just thou,
Thee, me. Thy, your.
thy, your. Yeah, okay, great.
There you go.
Great.
You're welcome.
I just say my line. I know who I'm talking to. And for that, I go, that must mean you.
Yeah. So for us, it is show week. We are in 12th night, and it's going to be a busy one.
Yeah, so last minute tickets, guys. You want to come see us 12th night? Now's your time. Unless you're listening to this in the future, which, so sorry you have
so sorry
missed
that you
it.
missed our performance. And actually, there are, like, some people have messaged us about, like, that they've kind of just discovered us and they're working their way through. So if at this point you've only just heard about Midsummer Night's Dream, hope you enjoyed all our chat about that, because that was a long time ago.
Yes. Oh, that was a while ago.
That was.
That was.
How are you there, Chloe?
I'm great.
Good. Me
I
too.
think I'm good. Yeah, I
No,
feel
you
good.
are fabulous.
Oh, thank you. I've had my hair done. For
I
those
can
watching,
tell.
Can you see? New hair. Had my eyebrows done. Had my nails done. I'm feeling funky fresh.
Good.
I got a strawberry on the go, guys. It is very small, but it is red. And I think tomorrow it could be ready. But you know what that means. That's usually the time it disappears overnight. So who knows if the strawberry will survive. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, we went wedding ring shopping the other day. And got our wedding rings.
We actually went back to the same place that I bought the engagement ring. So it was really, really nice for us to actually kind of go there. For me to actually show you exactly where I got it. And actually, we ended up speaking to the same guy that served me for when I bought the engagement ring.
And he knew his stuff. He was fantastic.
We sat in the same chair that I sat in when I decided what engagement ring, and it was kind of about 2 years to the date, so it was just really, really lovely all in all.
Got the wedding invites, they arrived.
Honestly,
it's all happening.
Wedding is wedding.
It's great. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and you've also just booked us in for that appointment where we basically have to legally declare our love for each other and say we do know each other, we do love each other.
I've paid £42 for myself to go and be quizzed on a quiz that I know I'm going to win.
Yeah.
And what do I get? Nothing, actually.
It's like you doing a Disney Cruise Line quiz because you know you're going to win anyway.
Yeah. Exactly. And yeah, also, shall we mention on the note of Disney Cruise Line?
I think at the moment, let's hint, there's something involving Disney Cruise Line at the moment that is in the pipeline, and we don't want to say anything too soon, but there's some very exciting stuff happening. We had a bit more of it makes it sound like we're having a proper formal discussion. We had a proper sit down today, and we're kind of really thinking about where our plans are up until the end of the year. And I think given certain circumstances, I think that there are going to be a lot more things planned than we originally thought, which I think is wonderful.
And a lot of changes.
Yeah.
I had to make some phone calls today, and that's okay. Everyone has been happy.
But everything is cool. Everything is awesome.
But yeah, apart from that, I think I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm wonderful, honestly.
Great.
I've been enjoying the sun. We started doing like our own little 75 hard challenge.
Yeah.
And I've been so proud of myself because I've stuck at it for nearly a week now. And actually, I feel so much better eating-wise. I'm sleeping better. I'm trying to get my 10,000 steps. So rather annoyingly, once I've finished all this, I've basically got to go and do 10,000 steps. I've already done, I think, 6. So I need to make up a quick 4K, which will be at 10 o'clock at night. So I'll just be surrounded by the drunkards.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing all right with my 75 hard. There's been a few, not necessarily slips. I'm not going as hard on some things as you are. So things like sweet treats and chocolate, I'm being a lot better on. Yeah, my sugar intake is what I'm really watching. I'm really trying to make sure I don't have too much sugar. Now, I'm going to admit something. I'll put my hand up. I did have a venti Java chip frappuccino today.
Wow. That's...
But that is my only downfall this week, and I'm actually pretty happy with myself. And it was a free one as well, because I had a free. That's why it was a venti.
Well, if it's free.
That's why I had it, because it was a venti one. Yeah, I think what I'm going with is if it's free, it doesn't count. So I'm going to see Sabrina Carpenter next weekend. And I'm very lucky to be going VIP, where it's complimentary food and drink. It's free, therefore doesn't count.
It's rude to turn down.
But I've been doing
75 look away.
Yeah, I've been doing all right with my getting up early and drinking water and all that, my green tea, and trying to avoid dairy and gluten. Yeah. I'm trying really hard with that one.
Also, I also want to apologise because there was a piece of information that I included in an episode I think it was about 2 episodes ago, where I was like, I don't know when Test Track will open. Literally, the Disney gods looked down on me and smited me because I basically said I'd expect it around August. like late at the absolute latest. And lo and behold, what do? Literally the day after we release it, they basically turned around and said, hey, we've got a date for it. So I'd like to apologise for anyone who's listened to that episode and gone, Stephen, you're wrong. I'm like, no, it was recorded before the information was released. Should we answer last week's question?
Yes, and doing some further research into last week's question, there's kind of like two answers here.
Controversial.
Mm-hmm. I said, when did Donald and Daisy officially become a couple?
Sure.
Together. So they became a couple in Daisy's debut, which was in 1940s, in a short animation called Mr. Duck Steps Out.
Okay.
While Donald had a previous love interest named Donna in 1937.
There was another woman?
There was.
Shut up, was there?
Yes. Donna.
Daisy's the sloppy second?
But apparently, DisneyClassics.com said that Donna and Daisy are considered the same character by Disney.
Okay.
But yeah, it was different apparently. But in
I did not know that.
2017, there was a DuckTales episode which shows Daisy and Donald meeting for the first time during a heist gone wrong at a party, and they end up trapped in an elevator together. I mean, I prefer that personally.
Where does romance start? You know,
forced meetings,
confined spaces.
Yes.
That's where all good love stories start.
So that was last week's question. So take either of those as you will.
Now, you actually come to us on a special evening, because actually me and Chloe treat Friday nights, so we're recording this on a Friday night. We treat our Friday nights as date nights.
Yes.
So normally we put them aside.
I didn't think about that we're doing this.
But we put them aside for us to basically just chill for the week.
Normally get a takeaway.
Not doing that. Really proud of ourselves. But that being said, tonight you kind of get to join us on our date night to talk about date nights.
Welcome, guys.
So we have basically, come join our cozy corner of date night.
That's why I'm wearing this your favourite jumper that I own.
Whereas I look like I'm going to like a sports funeral because I'm all in black. Sorry, it's very, very hot.
You love my top. I've made an effort for you. Stephen hates this top.
But that being said, we have basically put together 2 full days, so one for me, one for Chloe, where we've planned a date day in Disney World. The only difference is that my day is the most expensive possible day you can have. Chloe's is one of the cheapest.
Can I ask you a question about yours?
You can fire away.
Have you toted it up as how much it's actually going to cost?
No, but I reckon I can as we go through. I tell you what would be actually really, really nice. As we go through my day, I want you to tally up how much I've spent.
Okay, I will try and do that. I have got the prices.
It will be crazy.
I got the prices. Yeah, I got the price.
How would you... I've kind of got that. Have you got the price?
I got the price.
What I would like us to do is I'm quite happy for you to just kind of walk me through the entirety of your day, and then I'll go through this. I was going to say, have you broken your day up into like certain parts? Like, because I've kind of broken mine into sections, but...
All will be explained.
Okay. In that case, my intrigue is peaking.
Okay.
I'm all in for now, you. I'm just gonna. Do you want me to add up as we go through?
No, I've got my prices.
Oh, she's done
because
it. She's cool.
Here's the thing. I'm a cheap date girl, aren't I? Like I'm on my date day. I'm going cheap. I'm going so cheap that I'm like, I can't really even think about what to do. So I did use the help with ChatGPT.
Oh, you're such a cheat.
No. I put in there things.
Cheater.
No, I put in things that I wanted to do, and I did tweak it, and I changed it. But I did think this is going to be the best way.
No
so
problem,
I have because I've kept in some of the things it said because it's so funny.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's absolutely fine. I took a lot of time and effort to go and research things.
Yeah, because it's an expensive day. I feel like if you're planning a cheap date day, you're going to be like, oh, what can I do? It's cheap. You're just going to put it into Google, aren't you?
Well,
you can't really think about it.
Welcome to date night,
I've gotten really into the character.
No,
really into the character.
You go for it,
right. 9 a.m. Rope drop romance.
I love it already. Do you know what? ChatGPT is an absolute menace for alliteration.
And the thing is that
loves it.
I use my ChatGPT quite a lot. I call my ChatGPT Bernadette in serious situations. This was Bernie at the time. Bernie loves an emoji. Yeah. Big emoji fan. So I've got some nice emojis here. Anyway, arrive early. So we're going to rope drop. and we're going to grab a photo pass picture because guess what? They're free.
Can I pause for 1 second? So one of the things that we did as a parameter for this is we assumed that we basically already have park tickets.
Yes.
Park tickets are not included in any of our kind of budgeting because it's just like we're there.
Yes. So yeah, if the tickets are the 14-day Magic tickets we get in the UK, brilliant. Photo pass is already included.
Thank you very much, Disney.
Going to get the photo pass person to take a photo of us on our phone, not on their phone. They don't want to do it on their own phone.
Why have they got
do it on our phone.
What a cute couple. Delete.
and then rides. We're going to ride some rides. We're going to start off. We're in Magic Kingdom, by the way.
Sure.
Haunted Mansion, which I put in what rides I want to go on. And Bernie said, hold hands in the Doom Buggy with a little love heart.
It's cute.
I then put in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I put, this one's my own personal phrase next to it, do be cheeky. Because
do be cheeky instead of don't be cheeky.
I put do be cheeky. That's funny.
Are you suggesting being promiscuous?
No, I just thought it was funny.
Okay. It was just the way that you put it across.
I know it does sound like, but I thought I was just more trying to be funny.
Cheeky.
And then hoping like Big Thunder's open. We're in that kind of area.
Sure.
Or Tiana's, up to you.
Yeah.
Both of them are free.
Make a splash on date day.
And ChatGPT gave me scream together equals bonding. And then the wind emoji. I mean, makes no sense.
Fair enough.
But all of that is free.
Screaming is dreaming.
Brilliant. That's free.
Okay.
Not spent a penny yet.
I will be honest. I haven't really included much of a kind of full day like plan in terms of like hour by hour.
Okay.
It will make sense when I run you through the sort of things that we're doing.
That's fine.
But I just thought I'd clarify that I haven't really specified rides with suggested promiscuousness.
Well, we're then going to go at 10:30 to Sleepy Hollow and get a fruit waffle, fresh, the waffle, the fruit.
I hope we're sharing.
We are.
So it's cheap.
We are sharing. $8.49. We're sharing that. And do you know what we're having to drink with that?
Sorry. I actually love the price of that. Because it is actually a really, really great portion. Yep. And probably would feed too.
But we're actually going to get just 3 cups of water.
Yes.
I ain't paying for a drink.
Ice water for the day. Water.
I'm going to sit on the hub grass and just chill out. Maybe watch the castle show if it's there.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Can I have a balloon? No. It's the cheapest day.
This is all pre-tax, by the way. I didn't work out the tax.
No, you are all good.
After that, it's then what ChatGPT calls attraction power couple hour. So keep the vibes playful and nostalgic. Carousel of Progress, aircon and arm snuggles. Jungle Cruise for laughs. People Mover for the ultimate mid-date cuddle. And then it says Pirates Caribbean again, but for drama. I'm like, what?
For drama?
For drama.
Where's the drama for couples?
I don't know.
Unless I kind of push you out at the point where they're going, a hen for 10. Sell her.
We then have lunch. We're going to go to Columbia Harbour House. I'm actually going to go sit upstairs because it's quite
Columbia
quiet
Harbour
upstairs.
House is quite pricey.
Well, not for us. We're getting chicken strips with fries.
Sweet. That's fine.
$11.59.
Standard menu
Guess what
item.
we're getting to drink?
Ice. Water.
Free water. Fantastic. But yeah, upstairs it's a bit quieter.
This still sounds quite cute, by the way, because I like how you prioritise some really nice rides that I love.
Thank you.
Thanks
very much. We then, we're going to go sit upstairs because it's a bit quieter.
Makes sense.
Nice little hideaway, cute, don't know. And do you know what? I'm actually going to treat you to dessert.
Wow.
We're going to share a dessert. We're going to go get one plain Dole Whip float
for
$6.29.
Love that.
And then we can just walk around Adventureland, enjoying
Sounds wonderful.
I know, it's
just
great.
Take in the sounds and sights.
We're then going to just take a little bit of a sit down, maybe chill out in the Tangled toilets area, feel the vibes, the music, wonderful. But then I think it's we leave Magic Kingdom. We've had a great time there.
Yeah,
but I think what might be quite nice is a little monorail over to Epcot.
Sounds
lovely.
Wonderful.
We're going to walk through Epcot. We're not really stopping unless something's a short wait, like Soarin'.
Love it.
Get to take you around the world for free.
Wow. I can show you the world.
Exactly. And then we're going to leave Epcot by the boardwalk and we're going to go and get 2 slices of pizza, but the big slices of pizza for us for dinner.
Sounds good.
That comes in at $7 a slice, so
that's
$14.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. And if you're lucky, I might get some popcorn for us.
Lovely.
$5.50.
Just
wonderful.
Plain standard flavour, yeah?
Yeah, plain.
Cool.
Then we might have a little Skyliner over to Hollywood
combo.
if you fancy it.
Sure.
It's up to you if you'd rather finish on Fantasmic.
I mean, I think
I know
you would.
on Illuminous. Up to you. That is it. And we've spent a grand total of pre-tax $54.36.
That is an exceptionally cheap day. I was going to say,
not a bad day though.
I was going to say, were you going to stay anywhere? Because I've included hotel in mine.
Yeah, we're staying at the Rosen.
Okay.
And we're using the free shuttle.
Sounds good to me.
So we're looking at the hotel being like what, £30 for the night or something like that. We're not staying on site. It's the cheapest date possible.
So you have literally treated me to.
You said cheapest date possible,
date.
And I said, I think I will.
No. And I was going to say, and I think you've made that.
Oh, I need to make note of how much yours is all coming in at, don't I?
I think you've made that pretty good.
Thank you. I mean, that's not my idea of like a great date day in Disney.
No, but I think you have to make the.
But I still a good day. Like, I mean, if we did that in.
I think one of the things that always comes out whenever you do Disney, I think there's an element of like you have to make sure that you're budgeting for it. Granted, but. I always find that, like, with most things in life, I might have, like, a 5 or 10% contingency. With Disney, it's closer to, like, a 20-25% contingency of, like, overspend that tends to happen. So, I mean, I have literally spared no expense.
Fantastic.
On this day because I have sorted shopping and merchandise. I have sorted hotel stays.
Oh, I did actually have some merchandise in there for you.
Sorted everything. Go on.
I did have free merchandise.
A roll of stickers.
Oh, no. Some stickers. There was something else. I was like, oh, it's a free gift. Fairy dusted in Magic Kingdom. And there was something else that I was like, that's a really good idea for a freebie. Oh, no, it was a penny press. We were going to go spend, whatever it is, like $1.
It's $1 and a penny.
Yeah, on a
Sounds
penny
perfect.
press.
I think, look, at the end of the day, when it comes to budgeting for Disney World, you've got to kind of take things with a pinch of salt because you can either do this as expensive as you want to or you can do it as cheap as you want to.
Yes.
We just thought we'd do this for fun because it's a massive, massive contrast. So, believe it or not, when it comes to checking in to the most expensive hotel, you are not actually in a Disney hotel. Where do you think we're staying?
Four Seasons Orlando.
We are staying at the Royal Suite.
Who wants to go at the Four Seasons Orlando? Me.
So you can do...
Do you know how much that is for the night?
Well, you can do the Royal Suite. Now, I want to give you some context here because
get it up.
There are certain packages. Please don't look into anything. I want you to pause.
Okay.
There are packages. So we are looking at a standalone suite at the moment.
Okay.
A Royal Suite.
Okay.
Is $17,000 for the night. Okay? But you do also have lots and lots of options. So they do two kind of packages if you want to spend even more. This is how crazy it gets. So you can, if you want to, hire the entire 16th floor with all the rooms, which starts at around 60, so the Royal Suite, and then you get a few more rooms, is $69,000 plus.
A night.
Or, yeah, but you're getting the whole floor. Or you can do, for $500,000, you can do a 5-night 50th anniversary Royal Splendor package, which is for 50 guests. That's unbelievable. How much
does that work out per person?
So that works out about $10,000 per person. Now, when I was actually looking into this hotel, so it is located kind of very, very close to Golden Oak, and if you know Golden Oak, it's the kind of private Disney living. You know, most of the mansions are designed by Imagineers, and they are stunning, and they're anything from $5 million all the way up to maybe 20 million. So the room itself actually does include 9,000 square feet with connecting rooms, a private spa room,
Can I get a picture of
grand piano, a catering kitchen, and you also get VIP treatment for the whole time.
What does that mean?
Because basically the balcony is like a perfect view of the Magic Kingdom fireworks.
Am I at Royal Suite?
Which is wonderful. Yeah, so Royal Suite at Four Seasons Orlando. Does come with loads of kind of little bits of luxury. So it comes with motorized drapes, crystal chandeliers. It's got marble and hardwood flooring, Bose audio, Sub-Zero wine fridges. It basically has the lot, and each of them do include 8 hours complimentary butler service as part of it, but they do also respond to you for 24 hours a day. You can actually also only access the 16th floor for a very discreet entrance, so this is often where celebrities end up staying.
Oh, guys, there is a YouTube tour on YouTube. I really like the balcony area, but also that bathroom.
I would honestly encourage everybody to go away and look at this, but I would just like to say I am starting us at a $17,000 like starting price.
Fantastic.
And I'm barely scratching the surface. Now, one of the things that I did try and do with this date day is, as much as I'm kind of planning a bit of a kind of itinerary in terms of where we eat, where we go, what we do, I'm not kind of making too much decision about when those things happen.
That's fine.
But I have also kind of gone for the most expensive and then given some like honourable mentions.
Lovely.
So one of the other things that you can go to is you can stay in the Polynesian resort villas. Or the
bungalow.
Yeah, the bungalows. They're anything from about $3,500 to $5,000 a night, is what I found. You can do a 1-bedroom to 3-bedroom grand suite at the Grand Floridian, and they are $2,800 to $4,800 a night. Most people end up booking those for when they're doing the weddings there.
Yeah.
And also the Contemporary have the presidential suite, which can range from anything from $2,400 to $3,500. Now, given that most of the trips that we do, we probably don't spend that on our entire trip in terms of stays, I find that absolutely crazy. Okay, so then we are hopping into Magic Kingdom because it just kind of makes sense. We are going to eat at Cinderella's Royal Table because it is the most expensive breakfast that is available.
Do you know how much it is?
It is $65 per adult. But one of the things that I will say, I probably won't mention too much of it now because you'll need to add this towards the end. That is the standard. There are also drinks packages and things like that you can associate. I have already done a section of this called Drinks Through the Day, where I've found the most expensive drinks throughout Walt Disney World property, which I knew you were going to absolutely love. But
is one of them a margarita?
We've spoken. There's some expensive tequila in there. Put it that way. So yeah, one of the things that you can do with this is obviously they have some fine wines on there. I think most of the best ones are anything from about $150 to $250. And of course, we're going to start with a bottle of wine between the two of us because it's date day. Why would you not do that?
Wine would you not?
The other thing that you can do, very good.
Thank you.
The other thing you can do as a sort of honourable mention is you can go to Grand Floridian Cafe and get a champagne brunch, which again can hit about $100 per person. But by the time that I put the wine pairing with Cinderella's Royal Table.
Pairing?
So let me just find it. So the wine pairing with this. So for Cinderella's Royal Table, we can have a J-Law signature Cabernet for $245.
But you wouldn't have that
for the bottle.
It's red wine.
Nonetheless, it's the most expensive, and I've been tasked with the most expensive day possible.
Okay.
And that is what I've gone for.
All right.
Now, of course, we couldn't walk into Magic Kingdom with everybody else. So, of course, I've gone for the VIP tour for us for the whole thing. And again, we've mentioned this in various podcasts. Like, basically, for up to 10 people, you can book VIP tours that basically allow you on every single ride. You can park hop. You can basically do whatever you want while you're on that tour. And they range from anything from about $450 to $900 an hour, depending on the season. Although there is a minimum booking of 7 hours. So bear in mind that the absolute cheapest you can probably do it is maybe, I think it's between like 3,200 to 3,500.
What would you want me to put down?
So I think, let's imagine that we're going, you know what? We're having VIP for the whole day. So we're having it for 10 hours. So call it $9,000 because we're doing this in absolute peak time.
Christmas Day.
Now, one of the things, could you imagine? I just think that would be absolutely crazy. What you do get included with the VIP tour, though, is a customized itinerary. You obviously skip the lines. You get private transfers. That's what I was thinking about, how we were getting there.
We've got snacks and everything.
Because originally when I planned it, I was like, do we fly in by private jet? I'm like, no, we're already there.
Yes,
like chill, because otherwise that would have been absolutely ludicrous. You do get kind of complimentary snacks and drinks, and obviously the guide for the whole thing. There is also, and I'm kind of tempted to say that we do this as instead of the 9,000. There is also something called the World of Dreams VIP tour, which is $12,000 for 6 guests. It is 12 hours long, and it includes your meals. You get a tour of the Cinderella suite, so you actually get to see it, and some obviously backstage access and things like that. It's very, very cool. Yeah.
Okay, so I've
didn't
put that
even know, but that's $2,000 per person. So you imagine spending like $1,000 per person, or sorry, $10,000 per person per night for that $500,000 thing at the Four Seasons.
That's per night. $500,000 per night.
No,
You said 5 nights.
Yeah, for 5 nights.
Okay, whew.
So 100,000, 50.
God.
So it's 2,000 per person per night.
Per night, yeah.
Which is still crazy.
Oh, yeah, still a lot.
For lunch, we're going to head over to the Hollywood Brown
Derby,
actually.
we've got it included now.
Let's imagine we didn't.
So should I keep that 12,000?
Just do the 9,000.
Do the 9. Okay,
do the 9,000. We'll just have fine. We'll have a regular VIP tour. We'll have to deal with it.
I would like the Cobb salad.
You can have the Cobb salad, but I was thinking I might go for something like the filet mignon.
Oh, yeah.
I think one of the things that is quite nice with Hollywood, and I know that Dylan's spoken about this quite a lot, is there are really good pairings of sort of spirits and wines, and that was one of the things that was kind of really driving me. So most of the time, if you went for a 3-course, and I've kind of accounted for us doing a 3-course, you're probably spending about $100. But then what I did forget to mention is that we're also having a Jarvis Finch Hollow Chardonnay from Napa Valley, which is $480 per bottle.
We're going to be wrecked.
Which is actually one of the most expensive bottles of wine that you can get on property, is at Brown Derby.
Great.
Which I thought was exceptional. I am going to kind of skip forward a little bit because I don't want to jump straight into dinner. I want to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of other things that we might be doing.
I've done no rides yet.
Well, I wasn't really good focusing on rides because rides are free. Rides are free. Rides are cheap. We're getting on anything we want.
True.
I did want to talk you through some of the drinks through the day. We are going to try the most expensive individual shot that is available at Cava del Tequila, which is the... is it Jose Cuervo? It's the 250 anniversary edition, which is $250 a shot.
Yep.
So bear in mind that we're having a shot each.
I'm not going to lie, that was on my to-do list when I became a server in Disney. Never became a server, but it was on my list of things to do, was to do that, just to say I've done it. But now I look back and I go, that is so stupid.
Like, you imagine, you spill like a drop of it on the floor and that's like $20.
But how...
That's mental.
How cool that you could go to the bar, be like, I've had that, that's the best tequila, and go, tastes like tequila.
Well, yeah. I mean, I always find, and I don't know whether anyone else finds this, I do think when you get better quality food, you can taste the difference. But I honestly tell the difference between
Gins I can.
Can I tell? No, but honestly, could I tell the difference between, like, I don't know. I could tell the difference between a...
own brand.
20 £20 bottle of gin versus like a £50 bottle of gin.
Yes.
But if there was a £1,000 bottle of gin, would I be able to taste the difference? Probably not. I suppose it's a little bit smoother.
I don't know how much the bottle is of that most expensive shot.
Well, you're not buying the bottle.
No,
don't even think about it.
But I want to know how much they've marked it up.
Oh, I'd love to find it. We'll do a little bit of research after this. The other thing that I was going to say is that you can get a Secret Lily margarita.
Secret Lily What does that mean? Why is there Secret Lily?
Secret Lily because it's actually one of the most expensive cocktails that you can actually get at Disney World, and it's $45. So I'd like to make sure that you get one of those, which again I didn't think was too bad. Again, that is Cava del Tequila.
And what's in it? Do you know?
It's Casa Dragones Blanco is in it. Now, the other thing that I will say as a sort of surprise, because I did want to throw this out there, even though we're not going on the Disney Wish as part of this day, they do have the Kyber Crystal that is available on the Disney Wish, which is a drink. Yeah? I'm
trying to think about where you get that from.
Well, apparently you can get it on the Disney Wish and it's $5,000.
Yeah, that's probably why I don't remember seeing it.
And there's rumours with it that if you buy it, then you get to go to Skywalker Ranch.
Oh, it's the wine.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I did see that.
Yeah, it's the Kyber Crystal wine.
I did see that, yes.
Which,
it was in the Hyperspace Lounge.
I think is incredible. Now, what I do want to do now is I want to talk us through a little bit of what we're going to spend our money on. Because, of course, you're a princess. I want to take you shopping. I want to make sure that you have a wonderful time. So, the first thing that we are buying is the full-size Swarovski crystal limited edition castle at $280,000. So of course we couldn't go without buying that. Now, I don't know anyone who would ever even think about that, because I wouldn't feel safe having that in my house. I'd also feel like it would look a little bit lost, because I'd be like, why is this not in the Disney park? I think they're limited to like 50 have been made or something like that. The other things I was going to say is you can pick up a couple of crystal figurines. Now, some of the crystal or the jewelry encrusted figurines range from about 5,000 to 10,000. So let's say that you spend 10,000 on some crystal figurines. I would also like to make sure that you get some, what else shall I get for you? Let's get some Heidi Klum designer Mickey ears, which were limited edition. They were $600.
$600.
So I'm going to make sure that I get you a pair of those. I'm also going to get you a platinum Mickey necklace, which is $3,000. And then we're also going to have a little bit of a splurge in the art shop.
Oh, yeah.
Because quite frankly, I want Walt Disney's autograph, and I think that's about 15 grand. And let's just say that for a round figure, let's spend about 30 grand in the art shop for some original prints and signed autographs and things like that. That's my kind of main thing. And obviously, a date day could not be complete without a very, very fine dinner. So of course, you can probably guess where we're going. We are going to Victoria and Albert's, which by the time that you add in a wine pairing, so Victoria and Albert's, by the way, for those of you that don't know, it's in the Grand Floridian. It is a Michelin star dining experience. It's the only place that you can do that on Disney property. It is very, very expensive because it is like a kind of chef's table taster menu with several courses. It starts at $425 per head, but if you want to add a wine pairing with that, that adds about another $200. So you're probably looking at maybe about $1,300, $1,400 for the whole experience, not including your tip. So all I'll say is, if you're a server at Victoria and Albert,
there's
for
not
you.
Much better you can get than that.
Good for you, but so it varies. It's normally about a 7 to 10 course. For the whole thing. You get a private view of the kitchen, you get personal chef interaction. Don't get me wrong, I would absolutely love to do it, but cannot justify
I've done it
that
before though as well.
Yeah,
it said it's good,
but I sense a but.
No, it said it was really good. That's it.
I mean, I'd want more than good if I'm spending over $1,000 on an experience. Now, once we've kind of spent loads of time at Victoria and Albert, what I really want us to do is I want us to hire a boat, and we're gonna do let's say that we kind of finished dinner and we want to spend an evening on the lake. So let's say we finish dinner maybe around like 8ish, and then we go and watch the fireworks, and we have a few hours on the lake with like another bottle of wine or something like that. You can do a 4-hour charter luxury experience, which is $3,000. And that is pretty much the most expensive day that you could possibly imagine. Now, one of the things that I did find that, again, confused me loads, because I was like, that is not possible, is they were saying you could buy the experience of sleeping in Cinderella's castle. I was like, no, you can't. It's invite only. And then loads of people were rumouring what it would be a night. And they were spitballing that it would be like $20,000 a night or something like that. I think if they charged $20,000 a night, that would still be booked every single night. It would not surprise me in any way, shape or form. Are you doing a little bit of maths for me?
Well, I was asking my iPad to do it, but my iPad didn't do it.
I suppose on the fly, what would you include in your perfect date day at Disney World?
My perfect date day? Just like in general, or are you thinking like an expensive kind of one?
No, well, let's say that you do some things that you really want to do on there, and it's like you're not trying to be the most expensive, but you're not trying to be necessarily cheap. Like, what would be like a dream date day for you in Disney World?
A dream date day. I'm thinking. I started doing the maths, but you do the rest of the maths. I started doing it actually the correct way you're meant to do it, taught in your exams. I would have. Can I imagine we are doing it a bit spenny, but like.
Yeah, like I said, like don't worry too much, but I just want to know for my own brain and my bank balance, like what you would actually really like.
I would like to wake up and have a nice breakfast somewhere, maybe like Topolino's, but early Shirley. Yeah. Because I would like to do the Cava del Tequila experience. Yeah. That is on my list of things to do before I die.
Especially because you can actually do that doesn't it start at like 10 a.m?
It's 10 a.m, yeah. So I want a decent breakfast, but not too heavy of a breakfast, you know. I would then go and do the Cava del Tequila experience. I would then maybe go and meet Snow White. Mm-hmm. If she's out that early. Of course. You know, have a great day. And then I think I'm really getting to my chill era, you know? Yeah. Like just relaxing, chilling out. I'd probably go back to the hotel for a little dip in the pool and a nap. Wonderful. Get up in the evening, go to the park, probably have another margarita and watch Fantasmic.
Lovely.
That's me sorted, really.
That sounds great. I mean, look, when I kind of look back at what the experiences that we've had, I loved doing the Wild Africa Trek as part of our engagement. I always enjoy going for a good meal or going to like one of the bars. Like for me, I absolutely love doing Enchanted Rose. Topolino's was incredible. I just think there are so many like wonderful little places. Like even Three Bridges at Coronado was really, really lovely. And I think you can literally choose your own adventure, and that's what I love about Disney World more than anything in the world. Is like I can just go there and I can go, what do I feel like doing today? Because I was chatting to my friend Tom today, and he was like, so what do you do if you don't do the rides? And I was like, well,
there's so much to do.
Like, we end up, because he was like, when I think of theme parks, I think you go there and you do nothing but rides. But actually, the more you do it, the more you realize that there's so much more to it compared to just like getting loads of rides done. And I absolutely just love having a mooch, taking it slow, eating some great food, and that's kind of me done. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say, I think, is that it? I think you can actually get the Cabo del Tequila experience later on in the day. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
So they've got it now at 10:45.
Oh, thank God.
And 12:45.
There you go.
And do you know how much it is? I know we've spoken about this before.
Isn't it like 100 or something
180
like that?
per person, but gratuities are included.
Which is rare for experiences.
My question is, would you want to do it with me, or would you like just let me go and do it by myself?
I mean, I'll be honest.
I want to do it.
I would like to be included in it because I actually do like tequila as well.
Okay.
But again, at the moment, can I justify spending?
Okay, so hear me out.
$360.
Hear me out.
Go on.
Hear me out. This is going to be a little bit into what we're talking about, our future plans for trips, right?
Yeah, of course.
Let's say we go to Orlando later this year.
Sure.
And we're thinking about maybe getting on a last minute cruise, potentially.
Sure.
Through travel agent stuff. Wonderful. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
If we budget for that, but there isn't a cruise that pops up,
then we go pet the elephants.
Then we go, no.
Oh.
We go pet the elephants and have tequila.
And, wow.
Because think about it.
She making money.
No, I'm thinking that will probably work out what the budget would be for the cruise.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. And again, for me, it's one of those experiences that you'd only do once.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to Cabo del Tequila.
Imagine doing that every
time.
time and they go like, Chloe, you again?
You're back? So yeah, I think that is definitely something that's on my to-do list within the next few years is Cabo del Tequila experience. So
would you like to do the reveal of how much my total ended up coming to? What was yours, by the way? Like $53?
Like $54.
So the cheapest date that you could do is probably not even the cheapest because you could literally bring in your own food.
Go do anything.
Like Chloe's idea of a cheap date was us spending $54 in Disney. I was doing the most expensive, which came out to
$350,300.
Now, what you've got to bear in mind, and I think if I was being somewhat realistic, I'm not spending that much on merch. I'm probably not spending that much on wine. I feel like if I kind of toned it down, even with the stays, I reckon you could do a 50 grand day at Disney.
Remind me what we're spending 280,000. Oh, the castle.
The castle.
The castle, yeah.
Yeah,
that is. Do you know what? Take away the castle. What's that? Can you do that in your head quickly?
Take away the castle, 70 grand.
That's a lot more doable.
That's a lot more doable. If I had 70 grand, the amount of DVC points I would have right now, and I'd basically just live out there and work and tutor and be very happy.
That is the biggest part of it.
Yeah.
So take away that.
Take away the castle. 70 grand. We'll chip in, guys.
Easy. We can all do a great date day and have like a single bite and a single tongue dip in the tequila.
All I will say is that tongue dip in the tequila, you're disgusting. All I will say is that the VIP tour is for 10 people. So we might have to hold like a lottery ballot for who we bring with us.
Fantastic.
Well, that was fun.
That was very interesting.
What's the question for this week?
So there was a experience show that used to be at Universal Studios, which this year reopened in Orlando at Icon Park. What experience is that?
Okay. I don't know.
You don't know? See, I learned this today. I didn't know it was there. I thought it'd gone.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure it opened this April. Might be next. I'm pretty sure it's reopened already.
Pretty sure it's somewhere.
What I read was 2025 April.
No worries.
So we'll see. But yeah.
Anyway, we've got a lot of exciting stuff in the pipeline for you guys. We're trying to be a lot more spontaneous, and thank you so much to everybody who kind of responded to our poll that we put up on the Instagram for the sort of episodes
very
that
helpful.
you wanna see us do. Very helpful. Thank you also to everyone that said we love them all. That helps us immensely because we'll just keep doing whatever the hell we want.
Yes.
The other thing that I will say is we do have some guest episodes lined up, and we will get those rolling once again.
It's just because of the show.
But yeah,
so how it works with our rehearsals is we have to rehearse 3 times a week in the evening. So we don't have any evenings at the moment because
we can't offer
out of 7 evenings a week. We have 3 are taken up with rehearsals. At least 1 is taken up with the podcast. And then we've got an evening to edit it. Then it leaves us two evenings. Now, guys, I love being busy for all of you, but I also do need a bit of time to switch off. I still don't do that in my evenings.
Yeah. So we very much look forward. Like, we've got some wonderful people lined up. We can't wait to talk to them. We can't wait to show you everything that we're kind of getting up to and share new plans and everything. But yeah, just thank you for being along for the journey. Go on.
First of all,
super quick.
This is a show week, so if you want to see what happens at the theatre, let us know. I'll put it on the stories if you're into that kind of stuff and want to see it. Second of all, thank you for everyone that's messaged us recently. We've had some of the nicest messages we've ever had, and I tell you what, when you end up doing a really, really long day, and like sometimes you might have difficult customers or just certain things that are out of your control, and then someone takes the time out of their day to go, actually, you guys make my day by putting out this podcast. I've cried this week because of that.
It's been
I had a little tear because it's been really lovely.
It's been really wonderful.
Because and one of those things I always think about is you see everybody's good side on social media. Everything's all happy, jolly all the time. Obviously, life's hard for everybody, so it's just nice that when we're really busy, that we get those messages as well. Because I'd love to say we all sit here and we're all happy, magical every day, all day. But there are some difficult days. Yeah, there are some busy days. There are days that Stephen gets stuck on the M1. That is most days.
That's the story of my life at the moment.
Story of life. But yeah, no, it definitely makes me happy.
No, exactly. Love it.
That's nice.
Oh, and on that wholesome note, we will see you all next week for another episode.
Bye.
We can cry when it's over.